I am inspired by their intellectual curiosity, their desire to learn, to make a difference, their creativity, and their kindness. Class of 2018, as you sit here today, remember you have shared a portion of your life's journey with each other. Cherish those moments. We, the Hillcrest community, send you off with heavy heart, but easy minds, knowing that you are ready for the adventures that lie ahead. Surround yourself with positive people. Remember, you do not have to follow the crowd. Find what inspires you. You will all experience life's highs and lows, the difficult and the easy. Do not be afraid to fail, because your success in life will be defined by how you handle not only your shining moments, but by all your missteps. And according to the U.S. Population Census, children make up about 24% of our population, but they are 100% of our future. And this places with each of you the opportunity and the responsibility to create a world that you want to live in. In other words, you are pure potential. And I close with a quote from one of my favorite children's book, Wonder. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can. So I welcome to you the promotion ceremony. We're now going to hear from some student speakers, and we're going to hear from Sage Plaisted.
Hello everyone, my name is Sage Plaisted, and I am proud to be a part of the Hillcrest graduating class of 2018. To quote Dr. Seuss, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose." I'm confident that each and every one of you can move mountains. I've been at Hillcrest since 2nd grade, and all of my peers here today have become my family. In honor of this special day, I have some memories to share with you. When I first came to Hillcrest, we were all about 7 years old and practiced our times tables obsessively. 3rd grade was all about library. The girls stole the designated boys' book and the boys stole the girls' book. The girls thought it was so cool to read about how to tie different knots simply because it was in a book for boys. We guarded those books so harshly. 4th grade was when we went on our first sleepaway trip. Almost all of us claimed to have found gold, but it was just small yellow rocks. 5th grade was the socially transitional year for us. We mixed friend groups and the gender lines started to fade. We will always remember extremely stylish neon and bright-colored workout clothes and graphic t-shirts. 6th grade was our first year of middle school. It consisted of us being hormonal, cringy, and altogether quite horrendous. We loved making lip-sync videos on Musical.ly and our math class. 7th grade was drama-filled and our emotions ran high. We won't soon forget the time Nick's phone rang in science and he asked if he could take it. And now we come to this past year, 8th grade. It's been 9 months of stress because of high school applications, and I'm going to miss this, and I'll never look back when I get out. We have all been so ready to leave, but I'm going to miss a few things about Hillcrest. I'll miss Mr. Smith always saying, "No, I lied," or "Absolutely not." I'll miss the lessons on interrupting because peeing on someone's rug at their wedding is the same as interrupting. I'll miss the debates in English and history about whether a 3-year-old should cook hot dogs. I'll miss global warming and going to village after school. But most of all, I'll miss all of you. In all seriousness, we have learned so much from our teachers. Mr. Smith taught us how to struggle but come out on top. Mr. Canton taught us that we can make change where it is needed, no matter how daunting the challenges of life may seem. Miss Stanford taught us how to use our words and unique skills to make a positive impact on the world. While these teachers have shaped us into who we are today, we are all a product of the Hillcrest community of kind students and supportive families. Just remember, no matter how we are all split up this next year, it's all connected. As we continue our journey onto high school, remember the immortal words of Martin Luther King Jr. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And now, it is my honor to introduce the next speaker, Kendall Holloman.
Hello everyone. As said, my name is Kendall Holloman. Thank you all for coming to this special day to support the graduates. I feel as though it was just yesterday when we were all lining up in front of our kindergarten classes. However, I never knew that time would fly by so fast. People might say that time flies by when you're having fun, although I didn't think school could be that much fun. Having attended this school for 9 years, by 8th grade I was eager to leave. But now, standing in front of you all today floods my head with emotions. I can't even explain how tight my bonds are with this class. Funny enough, majority of the class is going to the same high school as me. I know that each and every individual who was or is still a part of this class will grow up to be a strong human being. Although our time at Hillcrest flew by so fast, I will never forget the memorable moments we shared, such as how, flashback to kindergarten, we made paper microphones and instruments and had band competitions, or when one day Callie made a paper cast and we all recreated it, and then Audrey shows up with a whole paper crutch. And then when we had conflict managers, and although most of the kids that had problems we were trying to solve were older than us, we still took the initiative to resolve their issues. That same year, Callie and I auditioned for the play production by Missoula Children's Theater. After the auditions were over, we came out ecstatic because we thought we had actually participated in the real play. Little did we know, those were actually the auditions and we weren't selected to be a part of it. Through the years in elementary school, I enjoyed watching and performing in the talent shows, walking in the Halloween parade, dressing up for Spirit Week, participating in the walkathons, and making goodies for the bake sales. Like William W. Brickey once said, you've got to dance like there's nobody watching, love like you'll never be hurt, sing like there's nobody listening, and live like it's heaven on earth. This quote has shown me that especially in high school, it's important that we all have to be ourselves. Greater than anything else, there is one major thing that I've learned from this class. Friendship is key. Friends will be with you for a lifetime, so the friends you'll make will always be close to your heart. There are some friends that are so close with you that you act like brother and sister and bigger that way too, even though you know that they will always have your back. And no matter how hard anyone tries to forget this class, something about being in the same class with the same people for 9 or so years makes it pretty hard. I will miss walking to school with Will every day, and having mini debates, or going completely off topic in science class, even though Mr. Canton would always point at you and say that you were going to be the last comment. And I will definitely miss Mr. Smith's signature 2 thumbs up. As for you, Miss Stanford, I will never forget how you told us that in 5th grade was going to be the year that we bonded as a class, which was true, but it wasn't just because we got over the whole cooties thing. It was also the fact that we had you as our role model. To be able to have you in 8th grade as well made it even more special. To sum it all up, I will miss everyone very much, but if we are going to the same high school, then I'll guess I'll see you next year. Thank you. Next, a word from Crawford Patton.
Hello, friends and family. I'm Crawford, and I'd like to thank you for being here. What's funny? That's not supposed to be funny. I'm in middle school. My life at Hillcrest here has been full of wild and funny moments. When I hosted the talent show for the first time, and I've also met some funny characters like Nick, who never seems to run out of really funny, organic jokes. Or Cy, Zach, Ashley, Y, and John, who always seem to know exactly what to say and maybe or maybe not when to say it. That'll crack the whole class up for the whole day. And Sylvie, who you don't want to get into a debate with because you'll lose. And you'll look really bad. I'm serious. And moving forward in life, I hope to see more friends like this and make even longer lasting friendships. But no matter what, moving forward is always a little scary. For me, I don't know what I'm worried about, I just am, which stinks because then I feel like I'm always forgetting something. Speaking of which, I do have my wallet. Okay. Anyway, being the oldest sibling in my family, I had a lot to figure out about applying to high schools, and I had to figure it out fast. And I found a large amount of that information with my friends. For instance, Gianni, who told me about the tour dates, Audrey, who reminded me when I needed to submit all of my paperwork, and Sage, who, this is a joke for you guys, reminded me that most of this information was also available on the internet. In a semi-public manner, too. Okay. All in all, that's sort of what I like about Hillcrest the most. Everybody wants to help out. So I guess have a good night or afternoon. You'll now hear from the infamous John Marconi.
Hi, I'm John. Wasn't really expecting this big of a turnout. I would have practiced much more. But we'll give it a shot. When I was writing the speech, I was trying to think of one word to describe Hillcrest, but I could only find one that truly fit, and that was home. For those of us who have been at Hillcrest for the whole 9-year ride, we have spent 48,600 hours at Hillcrest, or that is equivalent to 2,916,000 minutes, or 174,960,000 seconds. When you spend that much time in a place, it becomes more than just a place. It truly becomes a home. But it's not just the time I spend at Hillcrest that makes it special. It's the connections you make with all your classmates. It's like having a brother or sister. No matter how much you don't relate or even like them, you care so much about them, no matter what. But luckily for me, I really couldn't have asked for a better class and a better group of friends, because throughout my 9 years at Hillcrest, I've gained 32 more family members, and that, at the end of the day, makes Hillcrest like no other school, because it not only creates a home, but a family for you. All my memories at Hillcrest have taught me a lesson, from all the Uranus jokes and the in-class run-out-the-clock situations. Because at Hillcrest, they don't just teach you things about math, science, English, and history. They teach you how to be a compassionate, good human being, and that is the best gift a school can give you. To finish, I always hear people saying that you will take your own path through life, but I like the saying life is a highway. You can take the highway fast or slow, or be in the left or right lane, but there's still one highway, one start, one finish. When I look at life like that, it makes me feel connected to the rest of the world. We may all be different, but we are on the same journey through life. So when you guys are all rich and old and I'm still living at home, remember, we're all... Andy Bernard once said, "I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've left them." Hillcrest has helped me realize that these are some of the best memories of my life, and I'm so happy I got to make those memories with you guys. Thank you. Olivia Hoppenthal.
Hello everyone, my name is Olivia. I'm 14 years old and I've gone to Hillcrest for 9 years. Before I get into my speech, I would like to thank all of the teachers who have put up with us for this long. You have taught us so much more than just your curriculum. Thank you to all the parents who put on this event. You did a great job. I have spent 8.1% of the hours of my life learning at Hillcrest. I find this to be quite interesting because the other 91.9% of my life has been so greatly affected by my percentage here. Something we can compare this to that is a little less mathy is cake. I mean, I love baking, and when I was trying to come up with a metaphor for our class, I knew this would be perfect. We are all like cakes. All through elementary school, middle school, and high school, we will be getting cooked. If someone stomps really hard or is too loud, we could deflate and be left with a dent from that person. We have to make sure we are cooked all the way through because no one wants a cake that's raw. Also, you have to be very careful when taking us out of the oven. Did you know that if you leave some cakes on the counter while you're cooking, for example, a stir fry on the stove, the cake will absorb the flavor from the stir fry? I believe that I'm very similar to cake because not only can I be an airhead, fluffy, and easily burned, but also I was greatly affected by all of you. Luckily, all of you are very nice cakes who have a lovely flavor. You are kind and accepting, loving and caring, and I'm so grateful that I was getting cooked around you. You have all turned out to be the most beautiful cakes. You are perfectly shaped, fluffy, and sweet. When we are done getting cooked, it will be time for our decoration. Some of us will use frosting or sprinkles, and if you're extra fancy, some fondant or marzipan. These represent our character, beliefs, and personal style. We could be a classic or abstract or just an absolutely crazy cake, but in the end, we will all be beautiful and unique. We will all have our subtle differences, like some may be a bit more salty, sweet, or spicy than others, but no other cake will taste like us. No baker, no matter how advanced, can create all of their cakes the same. There has never been a person like you, and there will never be another person like you. Go out into the world. It is time for your decoration. Don't worry about someone stomping on you or being too loud. Yes, we will all face obstacles and make mistakes, but that's okay. The good news, nothing lasts forever. The bad news, nothing lasts forever. Resilience is what makes a person stronger, not doing everything perfectly in the first place. I don't need to be preaching to you about this. I mean, we have been fairly resilient going through an OUSD curriculum. Thank you to every single person in my graduating class, because you have all been the most amazing people to grow up with, and I couldn't have asked for better friends. I hope you all take to heart that I care about each of you, and many other people do as well. So long and farewell. Do not only become a masterpiece, but create one. Thank you.
I want to be able to face you guys, so I've got to adjust this mic. All right, my name is Noah Canton, and I am a science teacher at Hillcrest. And first of all, I want to say that all of you look absolutely stunning. And thank you for all being made this far. There's only maybe 1 or 2 times a year, special times that I shave my neck beard, like I did today, and this is one of those special times. I did it for you guys. I've had the honor and privilege of teaching you for 4 long years now. Mainly science, a little bit of English, and they've been 4 fabulous years, and I've loved every single minute. Oh, let me take that back. No, I truly have. You know, I've learned so much more from you than I could ever try to teach you. You've made me such a better person. You've taught me a lot of patience. You've taught me how to be a good human being. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. You know, we've grown together for these 4 years, and we have, I don't want to overuse this word that's being overused, but we have literally cried together. We've been frustrated together. We've been frustrated at each other. We've laughed together, and it's just been a wonderful 4 years. And now you're leaving us. And I'm very happy that you're about to go off into the world and explore new things. And at the same time, I'm very sad, because I'm going to miss you very, very much. You've been a big part of my life, and I appreciate every one of you. You're about to embark on a journey that's going to be extraordinarily fun. High school is one of the best times of your life. It will be. And if you can believe it, it gets better after that. It truly does. You're going to be driving soon, so that means I'm going to stay off the road soon. You're going to start to have this freedom that you haven't had before. Not yet, but eventually. If I can offer any tips to you, go explore the world. Study abroad. See our beautiful planet. You know, don't be confined to one tiny part. The world's beautiful. Explore cultures. Eat good food. Meet interesting people. And do the right thing. You have the power to make a lot of changes, okay, in the world. There are a lot of things going on right now that aren't, well, fight the good fight. Okay? Fight until you can't fight anymore, and question things. Question everything. But don't question your parents until you're 18. Please come visit us. I know you're going to be in high school, too cool for middle school, but come back and say hi once in a while, or at least once, because we'd love to see you. Stay connected. because after all, it's all connected. Okay? I'm going to miss all of you very much. Thank you.
To dogpile on your friends as soon as you were dismissed for recess or reading, and to fully engage in that whole body way in whatever project we were working on. The more active the activity, the more successful you were. It was your class with its endless energy that prompted me to get the hokey rocking stools so that you could fidget your bodies while you worked. And many of you donated to those in donors' choose. It was your class that gave me the idea to bring my German Shepherd puppy, Percy, to class once a week to help train him to be socialized with people. I'm not sure if you ever realized at the time that I was using the puppy to help corral your energy as well. You would go out in partners to play with Percy for 10-minute intervals, then would come into the classroom to resume your work. It was magical, both for him and for you. When it came time for the class store, I watched you dive headfirst into creating your own businesses. You brought in homemade crafts and mobile sweet shops, completely owning the idea of running a business in a classroom economy. When I became your teacher again this year, I first of all really loved getting to know all of the new students and how beautifully you enriched your class. I was also in awe of how the students I had taught in 5th grade had matured. You were the same energetic, bright-minded, and engaged students 3 years later that I had known as 5th graders, but now you would learn to step beyond yourself to look at the larger ideas and events in our community and our world. And I saw that you didn't need those hokey stools anymore. You actually knew how to sit still. You became deep listeners, moving beyond the joy of hearing your own voice to truly valuing the diverse thinking of your peers. In our literature and history discussions, you showed yourself to be forward thinkers, aware of current events, and deeply passionate about the state of our world. Your work ethic has also been stellar this year. I felt like you embraced every project and writing assignment, and I really appreciated how I didn't hear your groans when I assigned yet another 5-paragraph paper, and instead saw investment and dedication to doing your best. But it wasn't until we started Genius Hour, when you created your passion project, that I realized how far you had come from our little 5th grade class store. In Genius Hour, you created projects that can have a powerful impact on our community and our country. Again, you've learned to see beyond yourselves to the community and world around you, and you have proven yourselves to be such innovative thinkers. Moving forward now to 9th grade, I want you to all know that the first year in high school is a time when your brain will be creating thousands of new neural pathways because everything will be new, unfamiliar, and filled with promise. I know that this may appear scary right now, Crawford. All those new social groups, classes, teachers, expectations, and a new school culture. But I want you to know that if you can walk into those new experiences with your eyes and your heart wide open, you will discover parts of yourself that have been lying dormant, waiting to be woken. So my old teacherly advice to you as you begin this next journey is to keep your eyes wide open and your mind receptive to fresh ideas and new people. I hope you branch out, take risks, stay inquisitive, and discover the variety and the new opportunities that your high school has to offer. Then, come back to the Hillcrest fold for reassurance and love, because this community will be with you forever. We're your comfort place, I hope, but it is essential that you stretch beyond that to expand your mind and your experience, because you have only begun to discover your potential. It has been an honor and a joy to be your teacher. I will never forget you. Thank you.
One of my great heroes, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, once discussed the deep cosmological implications of a poem that I've always enjoyed. Originally created in Kansas and made well known to the world by my good friends Bill and Ted. I close my eyes, only for a moment, and the moment is gone. All my dreams pass before my eyes, a curiosity. Dust in the wind. All they are is dust in the wind. Same old song, just a drop of water in an endless sea. All we do crumbles to the ground, though we refuse to see. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Don't hang on. Nothing lasts forever, but the earth and sky. It slips away, and all your money won't another minute buy. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Everything is dust in the wind. Congratulations.
As a symbol of love and appreciation, the class will now pass out these beautiful flowers. We thank you for all your support throughout the years at Hillcrest.
When will you realize? till you realize piano waits for you.